welcome to my channel. Yeah, I'm actually excited to be filming this video right now. Like, I never ever knew I was gonna film today. Like, I never knew I was gonna film today. It's just like I had to push myself this much to start filming. It's around 11:45 p.m, almost 12 a.m, and I'm actually filming this video. It's a Sunday. I always film my videos on Sundays because of work, so I film on Sundays when I know I have the time to film, because during the weekdays I will be busy. I'll be going to work. So yeah, today I actually went out with some of my friends. Today is Sunday. I went out with some of my friends and we came back pretty late, and I never knew I was gonna film this video. I'm already done taking my night bath. Like, I am really making this video without makeup. I think we night bath and I was about going to bed before I had like pushed myself to make this video, so I have something to put out this week. So enough for myself and how my day went. Hope you're like doing well. I hope your day went beautiful. Hope it went well. Yeah, it's about the Sleeping Magician. Last video we were still reviewing the Sleeping Magician. I just told you some of the things I read in it, and today it's story time because I'm not gonna actually review. I'm telling the whole story in this video. I'm not really gonna like shout that much because it's so quiet here and everyone is like gone to bed already, so I don't have to disturb sleeping people, right? Yeah. um for those actually playing my videos and for those that actually saw my last video, I still not figured out how to use the Boya mic M1 on my phone. Like, I don't know why it's not compatible with this phone of mine. I tried even getting an external cord to fix it and everything. So that's why I'm not using a mic in this video, but I really believe that you all can actually hear me so well. So yeah, I believe it will be fixed before the next video. Okay, so yeah, so we're still working on technical stuff. So I don't know why. Like I said, the last video, I'm using an iPhone 6s, and the Boya mic. I probably haven't really figured out. It's supposed to be compatible with my phone, but I've really not figured out what is the problem. So if you really can help me, or comment in the section, just tell me how you went around doing yours. Though I complained today and I was told what to do to help fix it, I just believe it's real. It will actually help a lot. Am I sleepy? Right to the video. So guys, in the video we have so many characters, and the main character, I guess, is Yezebel and Caro, because these two are actually in a serious combat, in a serious fight. The Sleeping Magician, and the Sleeping Magician should be Jacob, because Yezebel put Jacob to sleep. Okay, story. Once upon a time. Okay, this is what happened in the book Sleeping Magician. There's this woman who's actually in labor. She's carried her child already for 9 months, and she's in labor. She went in a hospital to give birth, and then I was so amazed, like the the writing scope or the writing skill of the writer Amanda. Like, I was like, really, Amanda Piccolo. The baby fell from the sky. Like, I was like, yo, the baby fell from the sky. Abigail is the baby. She fell from the sky. But as I was reading it, I just figured that probably is the soul of the, because she's actually telling us both the spiritual and the physical. Like, that's the style of her own writing. So I guess it's probably the soul of the baby falling from the skies, and then fell into the hospital where the mother was actually living, about giving birth, and the child's like looking at the mother, how she um how she was struggling to push and all that. So she was like, oh, look at the stress her mom is going through for all of this, just because of her discussion gave birth to her and all. Then she went into the mother's womb, and then the mother pushed out. That scene was really not understood by me, but I still read it. I was like, okay, let's read on, because it was everything out of the normal. But then that was part of the book. So Abigail came into the world. She came into life, and then her mother died. She had to be raised by her auntie Mary, and the both of them actually live in this old house, and her aunt Mary is actually an old woman who is single, but then she's always talking about this Herod guy that is invisible, like he's invisible, nobody can see Herod. So whenever she's making a meal, she's making for three people. She's supposed to just make for herself and Abigail, but she makes for three people herself, invisible Herod and Abigail. So when they when the food is dished and placed on the dining, she places three different as in plates for herself, Herod, and Abigail. And I was like, what kind of a weird thing is that? She's really obsessed with Herod. Who is this Herod? As in, who is this Herod? Why is he invisible? Why can't no one see him? Like, why is she going crazy and all? Everyone in the village calls her the crazy Mary. She's crazy. So yeah, nobody understands. She was really seeing him. It was actually towards the end that I found out that Herod is really a person, and I found out what happened to him and why he was actually invisible. So there is this girl also called Penny. She's like the cheeky girl in the town. Everybody knows them. They stay in this very small town, very very small town. So anything happening anywhere in the hood, everybody knows what is happening. So this Penny girl, she's every young girl's dream. Everybody wants to be like Penny. Everybody wants to be sassy. You want to be like dope, like Penny and all. And Penny had a boyfriend, Jacob. Jacob was a sleepy magician. So yeah. So what happened was Isabel is Isabel is the wicked, like she's from the dark magic. She's a wicked witch, and how she came about is her mother, Gretchen. Isabel's mother, Gretchen, was barren for a very long time, and she got married to this guy she later hated. She doesn't like the husband anymore. I don't know why, but she doesn't like this guy anymore, and she really, really wanted to kill her husband. Gretchen, Isabel's mother, wanted to kill her husband, and she also at the same time wanted to have a baby. So she doesn't really know what to do. She went to visit this great magician. Everybody knows her, but she does pure magic. Like she doesn't do dark magic. She doesn't use it to kill or hurt people. She uses it to help people. Her name is Hazel. Yeah, so she had to travel over. She has to travel through different towns, a lot of towns, before she got to where Hazel is, and she got into the place, the hut, very old a cake hut. You know how magicians hut used to be. So she told Hazel everything she wants. She told Hazel that she want a baby, and yeah, she should just do something to give her a baby, and also she want to kill her husband and all. So Hazel was like, okay, she can actually do that. She has not done that before, but she can actually do that for Gretchen to help her. And Gretchen was excited. She was like, okay, that she's grateful that that can actually happen. So what Hazel did was she practicalized um that new magic on Gretchen. She has not tried it out before. She doesn't know if it's gonna work, but she says people have been doing it and it's working, but she personally have not tried it out. So she mixed some concussion. Actually, when Gretchen was going, she went with some strands of hair of her husband, and then when she got there, she also put out hers. So some concussion was made and was given to her. She drank, and then she had to travel back home again. So when she got home, she noticed that she started feeling unusual, like she's pregnant and all. Like, okay, so she actually conceived and she got pregnant, but then she also wanted to kill her husband. Before she left Hazel's place, she stole a magical book. She has always loved the dark magic. Gretchen has always loved the dark magic, but she has been pretending all this while to be a good person, and she doesn't want everybody to know that she loves the dark magic, even her friends and all. So everybody's like seeing her as a good Gretchen, and so she stole this dark arts book, dark magic book from Hazel's place before she got home, and Hazel didn't notice at first, but later she actually noticed that she went with the book, and she knew that it's gonna be very dangerous for Gretchen to go with that book, because she knew that Gretchen is actually going to practice some of those things there, especially for trying to kill her husband, because Gretchen told her that she's not gonna give her any spell to kill her husband. That thing can be very easy. That she can actually do that herself if she wants to, but she's only gonna give her the concussion for getting a baby. So she went with the dark book, and when she got home, she tried to figure out how to kill her husband. she wanted to poison, she wanted to do a lot of things, she wanted to push him off a cliff, she wanted to do a lot of things, but then she was trying to see the perfect one to use so that nobody's going to suspect her for doing anything like that. So guys, you know what she did? She practiced the dark magic, and she was already pregnant then of Isabel. Then she practiced the dark magic, which means that her child Isabel is already made of dark magic. She's a pure dark child. That's what it means. For you to be pregnant, you're not supposed to practice the dark magic, so said the writer. And then she practiced the dark magic, so her child was already a dark child. And yeah, actually, I learned something here. Uh, this is outside the book right now. What she did to kill her husband is she used her mind, like she used her mind. She had to get something and made it into a baby, like a doll kind of a thing. And she got meat from the market. She placed it in the doll, and I don't know how she just made it to look like her husband and brought her husband's clothes and placed it on the doll. The meat doll, and then she had to focus all her mind on the meat doll, focused on her mind, and then she assumed that that meat doll is her husband because she already used her husband clothes, the husband shirt and the trousers on the meat doll. Then she assumed that that's meat doll. She really carved the doll exactly the way her husband is, made the face and everything the way he looks, and then she called her husband's name and then stabbed his chest, stabbed the chest of the meat doll, which actually affected the husband where he was. I was like, is it just her mind doing this? Like, she really had to pull her mind together, concentrate doing this, assuming that the meat doll is her husband, stabbed the meat doll, and it affected the husband where she is, just like that. Just like that. No, nothing happened. Like, she didn't start making any concussion, she didn't start making any enchantments or that, just like that. So at that point I also noticed how powerful our mind can actually be. You can use our mind for something so great, so good. Nice. So good, that can actually be beneficial to ourselves. Then that actually reminds me of there's this book I read, Let Your Brain Be Your Doctor. It was actually talking about when you're stressed out, when you're tired, how to use your mind to make yourself feel better. And part of what I read there was you can actually start imagining the best places you've been to, the places you actually want to be, and all. I tried it and it worked, because sometimes I'll be so exhausted or so tired or something that I'm not just getting myself, and I just want to get some fresh air. I just want to feel okay, and then I know that I'm in a place that I just have to be there. Like, sometimes you be in a place you just have to be there. So what I would do this period is to just, I love the beach. I love the beach so much. I love the fresh air in the beach, and I love gardens a lot. I love flowers and I love butterflies. So what I would just do this period is I have to, like, bring my mind together, concentrate, imagine myself in a beach, imagine myself taking in fresh air in the beach, working without any footwear. I love working without footwear at the beach. The sand and everything is so cool. So I just imagine myself taking the fresh air, relaxing my brain and all. And when I just do this for some minutes, like, it really works. I really so relax, and I feel like I'm energized, like, for real, in real life, no longer in my imaginary life. Like, I am really energized. And sometimes when my head is really aching me, and I probably don't want to take drugs, so I also do a trick on myself that really works. I just imagine someone pouring a very cold water on my head, placing ice on my forehead, pouring cold water, and I just have to use my mind and bring my whole attention to it. And, like, sometimes I even start breathing, like, when someone pours cold water on you when you really need it, like, Like I do that, so it works. So when I was reading this and I saw the way she treated her husband, it reminded me of the book I read and of this little tricks. I'll call it trick actually, but then it works in real life. How I do to pull out of stress and all, and it really works. It works. So yes, so that's how she killed her husband, and then immediately Isabel, her child, was made of dark magic. She gave birth to Isabel, and Isabel became troublesome from day one. She became something else. She possesses so much great power from day one. She was able to do things from day one, and they were all hazardous things, things that are really not even nice, hazardous things, and Gretchen started looking for. Is it Gretchen? No, Gretchen is Isabel's mother. Hazel, the witch, started looking for her book and realized that okay, that Gretchen has taken them, and she told Gretchen that when you give birth to this child, bring her to me so that I'm gonna train her in the good magical way so she doesn't really misuse her power and all. But Gretchen didn't take the child to Hazel, and Hazel had to come herself looking for Isabel, the child. She took Isabel away and tried to groom Isabel in the good way, train her, took her to the school of for nuns, where they actually worship God, took her to that place. She stayed, but she wasn't really getting it. She wasn't really into it. She's just naturally made of dark magic, and the more she tried to be good, the more she see that she's becoming hazardous, and then she killed someone at the school where she was taken to. um she killed someone there, um and then the guy she actually loved, actually she killed him because she was trying to practice this dark magic on him, and then it went wrong and he died. So she had a strong heart, stone heart, and from there she started doing so many hazardous things, a lot. Like, I probably will not be able to tell. I was thinking I can really tell the whole story in this video, but it's really getting so long. Like, the book is huge, so I cannot really tell all the whole story here, but it's really getting interesting. And we'll be placing the link to purchase the book in the description box, so really you can get you could go purchase the book and finish up the reading, because the book is really, really, really so interesting. Like, it's so interesting. I was even finding it hard to drop the book because I was carried away by everything. Jacob is a very, very handsome guy, was given birth to by Carol. Now let me just let me see this right now. It's just so confusing. I was like, can you imagine the link up? Abigail is, I've told you guys I've told you how Abigail came about and her whole family. Aunt Mary and oh, she's a separate person. Then Isabel came from Gretchen through dark magic. Then Isabel gave birth. She gave birth to two children. She gave birth to Jacob, and she gave birth to. No, she didn't give birth to Jacob. It was Carol that gave birth to Jacob. She gave birth to Jordan. Yeah, she gave birth to Jordy and Melissa. She gave birth to Jordy and Melissa, and these children are from the Reverend. She actually graduated the Reverend to sleep with her. Can you imagine? From the Reverend. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember his name, but I don't think I can remember. Is it Ben? No, not Ben. I don't think I can remember his name right now, but they're from the Reverend. So yeah, when Carol was actually growing up, she loved God. She started following the way of God. She's so close to God. She does every nice things, and God was using her till the day she met Jody. Jody is Jezebel's son. Light, dark, amazing. And then she fell in love with Jody. She tried taking Jody to church, but Jody was really about going. Jody was scared of going into the church at first, um, but then got stopped on their way there by Melissa. Melissa is his sister, and Melissa is really following the way of her mother so much. She's really into the dark magic stuff. She's a bad person, but Jody is a good guy. Just that he wasn't brought up in the church way, but he's a good guy. He doesn't like hurting people and doesn't even really use his powers. So that was how Carol tried to take him to God. got stopped by Melissa and they weren't able to get into the church and all. So then Carol gave birth to Jody. No, Carol gave birth to Jacob, and the father is Jody. So she gave birth to Jacob, and then Jacob had to mingle with Abigail. The whole thing is, I don't know, like this, the circle goes on. It's just like a wire, a net. This connects to this, connects to this, connects to this, connects to this. Like everybody's just connecting to each other. But if you really read it, you understand it, and it was so interesting. Like I really enjoyed reading the book. So I can see that I cannot tell the whole stuff here. I can't tell the whole stuff here. But then towards the end was a real battle between the light and the dark. Carol later went back to God, died, and then went back to God. I think she was pushed into a well by Isabel, her mother-in-law. You know, Isabel became a mother-in-law because she gave birth to for Jody. Like they got married. They didn't really legally get married, but they wanted to elope anyways. But it was stopped by Isabel. But then she was already pregnant for Jody. So yeah, I would just say Jody is the husband. Not really like not officially, but the husband. So yeah, so that made Isabel the mother-in-law, and then it was a real battle, and the battle went down to Jacob, and Isabel killed her son Jody by herself because Jody is already trying to go into the light. Carol is in the light. Was already trying to go into the light with Carol because he loves Carol, but then Isabel killed her own son Jody before the eye of his lover, which is Carol. Guys, you will love the book a lot, so just try to get the book and finish up and tell me what you actually feel about the Sleeping Magician book. I love the fact because at the end, should I tell you what happened at the end? No, I won't. I don't want to spoil your read. I don't want to spoil your read, but it's really a wonderful read. It's really a good read. So please, we're gonna end the video here. Subscribe to my channel. Please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and let this family keep growing. Let this family drum rolls. I love doing these drum rolls in my videos. I don't know why. Let this family keep growing. Okay. I have about 3 books to read. I don't know which one to start from, but I think I want to start from this mom's book. I can't really remember the name, but it's talking about moms that give, like, nursing mom. The book is talking about nursing mom. So I'm not a nursing mom. I'm not even married. I'm actually single, but I want to read nursing mom. So guys, please subscribe to my channel and wait for my next video. Remember that we spoke about me starting a talk serial. Like I just like talking, like yeah. So that's still in line. I can't wait to see y'all in 2021. Peace. I should make more videos for 2021. Sorry, I'm just talking too much in this video already. Bye. Please comment, tell me what you think about this video. And then please hit the subscribe button and then smash the like button for me, please. Smash that like button and share the video. Thank you. See you in my next video. But I've said to see you in my next video like 20 times, man. Are you sure this is not the next video already? Maybe we're already in the next video.